Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No.
Y'all, this
just
is
stop.
a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL, of course. That's Rihanna's hit song, Disturbia. How you guys feeling?
Good. I wasn't expecting that one at all. Her hits, I was kind of thrown off guard.
I was expecting more of a
Umbrella?
Nana, what's my name?
Oh, yeah, with Drake.
Yeah.
She'll start, I bet. Hey, Nana. What's my name? Rihanna.
Oh, Drake does have
Yeah.
to come out. He needs to come out.
Well, maybe we should talk about what
we're
this
talking
even
about.
means. Happy Monday to everybody up there. It's official. If you guys didn't know by now, she will star Rihanna in the Super Bowl halftime show in February. Riri has been keeping a low profile since she gave birth to her son in May. She also hasn't released an album since 2016, but has been keeping busy, of course, with her fashion and beauty empire. She confirmed the news with this photo of what appears to be her hand holding up a football. In a sign of solidarity, the NFL changed its social media bio to the National Fenty League, which is Rihanna's last name and also, of course, her beauty line. Rihanna turned down the halftime show back in 2019 after Colin Kaepernick and others were criticized by the NFL for taking a knee during the national anthem. At the time, Rihanna said she couldn't be a sellout because there were so many things within the NFL she didn't agree with. And it's just been a short time, but a lot has changed. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, for sure. I think one of the biggest things is that Jay-Z came in and worked with them, and they also committed to giving millions of dollars to some causes and also respecting their players' thoughts if they want to celebrate the Black Lives Matter movement and even show their solidarity with other people of color. They're allowing them that space without receiving fines that they got in the past. And so I think the NFL has made strides. Obviously, there's still a lot of room to grow. But Jay-Z being there was like, listen, we're going to try to do something inside the building and work with these people. And you know his causes. He's very quiet with what he and Beyonce do. You know, they've gotten people out of jail. They've literally campaigned behind the scenes, whereas some of the Kardashians, you know, they're very loud with their activism. Either one, I appreciate activism, but Jay-Z is very one of those people who he's definitely doing more than just planning the halftime show when he's working with the NFL. If he's in the room with the owners of these teams and owner who runs the NFL, he's definitely having conversations about the bigger picture and what this means to celebrate our culture. So I think it's a good thing, and I'm also super excited for Rihanna. So that's like the biggest thing for me.
A win-win.
And I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going to be to watch this thing.
It's hard to like track progress in real time, and I think because of that, it's just kind of the way our brains are made up. You look at you said, Jeff, you said it's only been a short time, and it really in the timeline of life it has. But there's been a lot of progress that's been made, and you have as explosive a few years as we've had, obviously our entire history, but you know, starting with the George Floyd things and the taking of the knee, it's hard to mark progress because there was so much trauma in that moment. But the fact that Rihanna does, you know, feel comfortable, you know, being a part of this organization now and a part of this organization's larger show shows you that there's been progress made on the inside and the outside, and it's so much so that somebody just called us to tell us.
Is that Rihanna?
Yes. Al, what a pro. I don't know if you guys could hear that at home, but someone was going wacky over there. And Al, you were in a real moment and you stuck to it, buddy, on a Monday. Good job. Good job on a Monday, buddy.
I would have been stopped talking.
Yeah, I would have been like, stop the hammering.
Somebody getting a phone call from 1963 in here?
Yeah, what was that a ringtone? Because that's the worst.
That's a phone.
Is that Michael Dean's ringtone?
Or an alarm.
Are we going to shame you on television?
Yeah, we are.
What kind of ringtone is that?
It's an alarm.
It was, it's the thing. Sorry, my phone should have been on silent.
No, Michael Dean, that's how we do it during this late show.
He doesn't want to explain what it was.
Nobody really is dialed in. Everyone's kind of like, I'm done.
And see, Michael Dean's ringer is on because he probably does not sleep. He works all the time.
He does.
And he's like, I don't want to miss this phone call. I haven't turned my ringer on in 4 years.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
But Michael Dean, we love you. We love you. We're glad everyone's okay over there. Do you want to add something real quickly about
Really quick, I just haven't heard her voice in a while. I'm excited for new
Just that
music.
simple, yeah.
Because like her voice, that like I'm not going to do it, but it's like that beautiful sound. It was all of our soundtracks for a long, long time. Now that I haven't heard it, I've seen her go to the studio. I wonder if she comes out maybe with a new album to also coincide with this.
Yes. Good thoughts. All right. So we have the first look at the new season of The Crown, which is set to drop on Netflix November 9th. It'll focus on the marriage troubles between then Prince Charles and Princess Diana. Let's have a look.
There's uproar in Britain after Prince Charles bared his soul to the nation, with the Princess of Wales upstaged her husband.
Speaking about her broken marriage, her life, and her future.
Allegedly for longtime female friend.
The tapes are filthy, they're disgusting.
Palace has been left shocked and concerned by the establishment.
The allegations against the royals are astronomical.
This is becoming all-out war.
It kind of looked like Diana, didn't it? Yeah. The palace is reportedly worried about how King Charles will be portrayed. You should put worried in quotes there, because I think they're a little more than that.
Yeah.
And are trying to protect his reputation, saying the timing could not have been worse. I think they're right on with that one. The new season will focus on the year 1992, when the royal family had a number of divorces, including the separation of Charles and Diana. Listen, Lindsay was actually literally going like this while I was reading that. But you're into this. This is not, I don't think it's going to be a good run for Charles. I don't think it started good. I don't think it's going to end good. Now, you could fill in the blanks in between.
That's the thing. Like, I never really got into the nitty-gritty of the drama of the royal family. I mean, I knew a little bit about it. I was young when Diana passed, and so I learned about it, as I worked in the news and we celebrated anniversaries and things. When I watched The Crown, it took it to a different level. Like, what are those little conversations that are happening when we talk about the Queen being so poised for 70 years and reigning in this position? What was actually happening in the room? We don't know exactly, but from all the different conversations, the producers work closely with people who used to work in the palace, and they didn't just make this stuff up.
Right.
Some of it is truth adjacent.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what this new season shows us, because a lot of people are just worried about the Queen passing and what King Charles is going to do. But this reminds us the totality of his character. These are real moments that happened. And so unfortunately, the people are going to be reminded, and it's bad timing, but it's true. It's just your life.
Yeah, I followed the Charles and Diana thing heavily. I was really into it for some reason. This is going to be real bad.
Yeah.
I fully agree with Jeff on this one. Charles made some really weird, awful comments during that entire time. Diana gave a secret interview and said, there's 3 people in this relationship. Speaking of Camilla Parker Bowles, who he's now currently married to. She said it's very crowded in this relationship. He also said things like, when asked, do you love her? He's like, well, what is love? And you see her face fall. These will all be moments we all remember, repeated over and over for a new king who does not have a good approval rating, may I add. So this could not come at a worse time. I think I've heard rumors they're trying to stop production. I just know Buckingham Palace is on red alert for this. Not good.
Yeah. And not great timing.
Jeff, can I talk now?
Yeah.
Go for it.
What are you going to say, Al? What are you going to add?
I don't know that this is not my jam.
Really?
No.
Oh my God! You waste your time watching Love After Lockup, and you're not going to watch The Crown.
Thank you.
Waste hours of your day watching Love After Lockup.
Thank you.
I've said it before. Love After Lockup, besides DBL, is the best show on TV.
It is awful, Al.
It is the best show on television.
You agree, Patty?
Yes.
Oh my gosh!
And that is an executive.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, I'm confused.
Executive.
I'm confused. When I asked Patty, yes, she produces the show. She agrees. As an amazing television producer, I'm ashamed.
Dude, you should really do an after show, because your passion for it is sincere. And if you do a podcast or an after show.
Oh, for Love After Lockup. I thought you meant The Crown.
We should do one for The Crown.
Sorry, there we go. Yeah.
Al After the Love After the Lockup.
Oh, there we go.
That's a great title.
Throw some extra loves in there and we're good to go.
All right. We're getting crazy. Coming up on DBL, our interview with Vanessa Lachey, what it's like being the leading lady on NCIS Hawaii. And is the Don't Worry Darling drama over? Apparently not. What the movie crew is saying about all the on-set rumors.
Divided by just a pea-sized amount of Lumi applied between your butt cheeks like this. I will demonstrate. Just kidding.
Okay, so what are the good things about Love After Lockup?
What's the show on Netflix where you never see the person?
Love is Blind.
That's good.
I tried to get Colin to watch that with me, and it was the biggest tug of war of all time. We watched one episode, and he's like, I'm absolutely not watching it.
I do like that show.
It's hard to get people to watch shows because usually the first episode you have to set things up and it's kind of slow. But
right.
And then you're always like, it's great, keep watching.
But here's why Love After Lockup is the best show on TV. All right.
Man.
It's 100% real. The people are
No, reality TV is 100% real.
Wait till you watch it.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
does seem real, actually.
There are people.
You're right. They do seem like
openly on drugs.
Yeah,
fist
you
fights.
are right about that.
There was one, Patty. You saw this
Point
one
taken.
season where this guy. There were two guys waiting to meet his girl coming out of jail, as you do.
As we do.
And this one guy was like, I don't know why you're here. She's going home with me.
I missed that
and
one.
they got into it, and the guy like leans his shin forward, like, go ahead and do something, buddy. And the guy knocked him out on camera. One shot. He fell
like a Tyson TKO.
He felt like an old statue. On television, like, and it was like 9:30 in the morning in front of a courthouse.
That's good.
They don't.
They don't hold punches. That's true.
They don't realize. Like, I think it even started to happen with what's the TLC one? 90 Day Fiance. The people started getting famous. So they started realizing. But
they started being a thing.
Right, and they started being like, well, I don't want to look like this on camera, so I'm gonna start being nicer. Like, I don't think they have access to the internet.
No, I know.
They're just.
Have you ever seen the one in, what is the one?
I started taking the gym pretty seriously.
What's the one where they come over from?
90 Day Fiance.
Oh, 90 Day Fiance, where she's like, I'm excited to see his house, and he just keeps driving into the woods further and further, and she's like, where are we?
It's a lot of little ones.
I love that show.
Welcome back. Despite all the drama behind the scenes, the movie Don't Worry Darling was a hit at the box office. The film has faced rumors of a feud between lead actress Florence Pugh and director Olivia Wilde, but made more than $19 million over the weekend, making it the #1 movie. So Florence seemed to squash the rumors by sharing a post about the movie and included an on-set shot with Olivia, who also starred in the film. And 40 crew members recently shared a statement shutting down the, quote, absurd gossip about Olivia and Florence getting into screaming matches on set. Now, if they would have said some crew members came forward, I'm in. When they said 40, I'm not buying it.
I agree.
You do?
I'm with you 1,000%.
40? Where do you get 40? Just say
so
a bunch.
Specific,
yeah.
And it's like, it seems so deliberate. We got these guys together to all say it.
That's a lot of people.
I'm just saying this. Of course there was a screaming match. We're hearing source after source say there was real problems on the set. Stop with the cover-up. It's worse. It smells more fishy than a Saturday morning hot in a Seattle fish market.
I really wanted that to be like a nice joke.
I knew a Seattle fish market was coming. I just didn't know at what point.
But I think it's bizarre that of course this all happened. And it is what it is. No one will stand next to each other. They won't go to the premieres. It's not what
But it's still making money.
Lindsay, let me ask you this. When you hear about a movie being made with more than 2 super famous people on it, don't you assume that there was at least one screaming match?
No.
I assume because volatile actors and directors,
not even a screaming match. Usually you hear about it like 10 years later. They go on some talk show and like, oh, that was the worst set of all time.
Right.
So like we're just hearing it now. I don't think it's that far off. It's just that they're trying to hide it, making it awkward.
Just say own
I would just like not talk about it.
Right.
Like this is like the age-old Beyonce thing. It doesn't matter what the issue is. Now her mom, Miss Tina, always goes off on Instagram, but aside from her mom, she kind of never comments. And then we move on every time. We move on. It's just like the best tactic in the world.
But whatever the philosophy is, if there is one, we're all speculating.
Right.
But whatever it is, it's working because it's #1 at the box office. Right. So we're like, why don't they just tell the truth? He obviously spit something out of his mouth and hit Chris Pine. Well, she denied it, and now people are still watching. So maybe it strikes some sort of curiosity that you're like, I have to see this movie.
Yeah, and also think about where they are in their careers. Like, they are all young alphas at this point. Like, they're jockeying to see, like, when we look back in 30 years, who were the people from this movie that took that next step? And it's like, I think that those kind of personalities all in one room, all in one place, everybody's got 4 assistants with them. There's going to be tension.
Ego wars. But I do think even more so, there was specific upset about Olivia Wilde, who's a great director, by the way, cheating on allegedly Jason Sudeikis with Harry Styles, who's in the movie. Florence Pugh apparently didn't like that, and then might have been in her own relationship with Harry. So it was more than ego. There was a lot of like interrelational issues here, and it got really high schooly.
Well, the ego with Shia LaBeouf, that ego came in there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But even to have videos to back that up, this whole movie premiere, the press tour has been a movie in itself.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not even joking. We talk about it all the time, and I had no interest because I thought it was just like, this is craziness. I kind of want to see it.
Totally.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see how the chemistry bounces off and see if you can see
it.
Yeah, anything in between.
And I've always said, like, great art, it's very hard to create and kind of manufacture. It needs to come out of like a little bit of trauma.
Very true.
It needs to be, why do you think you like Tupac so much? And Biggie, it's because they came from the concrete. And you can only get that from that. You can't get that on the beach in San Diego. You can't get that when everybody is enjoying having lattes. You get that when there's tension and like, I'm attracted to them, but I hate them. Like when you have that, that's when you can like have explosions on camera.
Concrete jungle where dreams are made of.
I'm not even gonna
That's Alicia Keys, but I was going with Rihanna, whatever. All right, coming up on DBL, I was going to make a connection there. I'm like, that's not Rihanna. At least I called myself out.
Thank you.
Our interview with NCIS star and Love is Blind host Vanessa Lachey. That's next.
What if you...
Medicare open enrollment is around the corner, and one of the top questions we're getting from you is about claims that some Medicare plans really gone for benefits beyond doctors and hospital stays. The claims are made in ads like this one, offering free groceries, or this one that promises free workouts. So let's verify. Can Medicare recipients get additional benefits besides coverage for hospitals and doctors? Our sources are the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, AARP, and these Medicare Advantage providers and insurance agents. Some of the ads you may see loosely use the term Medicare. In reality, there are two types of Medicare. There's Original Medicare and Medicare Advantage, and the two are very different. Original Medicare is run by the government and offers only medical insurance for hospital stays and doctor visits. Medicare Advantage is run by private companies. At a minimum, they offer medical insurance, but Advantage plans may also provide other products and services. Any ad that you see offering a non-medical perk for Medicare recipients like extra money, groceries, gym memberships, you name it, is a Medicare Advantage plan. These companies offer those perks to incentivize you to give up your original Medicare coverage and instead enroll with them. So, no, Medicare recipients cannot get additional benefits besides coverage for hospitals and doctors. Those are only for people with Medicare Advantage plans. These plans may charge differently than Original Medicare and have a smaller network of doctors. There is no one-size-fits-all approach to selecting the right plan because everyone has different needs. There's a comparison tool at Medicare.gov that can help you find a plan that's best for your needs. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back to DBL. There's no doubt you've seen, you've seen Vanessa Lachey host some of the most binge-worthy reality TV shows. Wrong person. And when she's not doing that, she's busy being the hardcore boss on NCIS Hawaii. Earlier, we chatted with her along with our guest co-host, Mary Lou Henner. It was fascinating. Take a look.
Vanessa Lachey, welcome.
Thank you. Wow, what an intro.
Vanessa, let me start off with this question. You live in Hawaii. Do you say Hawaii? If you're from the mainland,
he's making fun of me.
Do you just say Hawaii?
He's making fun of me.
You know what? Hawaii is a respectful way to say it. It's the true way to say it. But if you're a local island person, you would say Hawaii. We're just happy to have you say it at all.
I said
so you were being respectful.
I was respectful.
Okay, well, I gotta
up my I think I'm kidding.
So, Vanessa, you and your family have been living on the island of Hawaii since you took the job, NCIS Hawaii. Was it hard?
The island of Oahu.
Oh, you're on Oahu.
Yeah.
Oh,
now,
okay.
This has turned into a geography lesson.
Well, it seems like an easy question, right? Hey, I'm moving to Hawaii. Everybody's on. Come on, did you get the question out? Was it hard for you to move there?
No, it's not hard.
All that.
We tell the family that I got my dream job and it's on the island of Oahu in Hawaii. And they were just so excited. Honestly, the kids have adapted better than I ever could have anticipated and expected. And it took Nick more of a minute because his whole life was in Los Angeles. And I literally asked him to, support me and the family, which he didn't hesitate to, and move into the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Like, he has no friends there. He has no work there. Nothing is there. But again, he's so happy being a dad and being a supportive husband that he's finding his footing. And now he's living the local dream. He's like, I don't have to put on tennis shoes ever. I wear knee-pads and shorts, and t-shirt. He is a happy camper.
Yes. I love that. I'm also not going to show my husband this interview because he's going to expect the same from me. So I want to ask you this question, and as a woman of color myself, I'm always like, I don't know how to be anything other than a black female. But however, you being the first female and Asian American lead on NCIS is something of note that is celebratory. But does this give you an extra sense of responsibility or how you approach the role?
Of course. I don't take for granted the opportunity that has been given to me and how much I want to evolve not only my character, but maybe this stereotype on television, because there are women special agents in charge in the real NCIS, and there are Asian American women. And so it's not that we're reinventing the wheel here. It just never was on television, a woman at all as the lead of the franchise. So it's like a double honor for me. But I think what really gave me perspective about how much of a responsibility it is watching not only my kids, but specifically my daughter, and how she looks literally up to me and what I'm doing, and is mimicking my actions and is mimicking my demeanor and my way. And she sees me hustle, but she sees me hopefully do it with grace. And like I said, she's a badass with a warm heart, this character. And because when I got the audition, I'd never done drama, let alone a lead. And I continued to almost doubt myself and say, why me? And of course, everyone's like, why not? I'm like, no, cool. But why me? And the showrunners really brought something to light that I just kind of was always me. I only know how to be myself. She said, you were able to be a leader, but also a mother, because I guess I never thought of that. We always think of ourselves, if you go and you work, or if you're stay-at-home mom, we are all things. Most women are all things. We wear multiple hats.
You also get to work with your friend, which is so fabulous, Wilmer Valderrama. And it's like, I'm sure you two have a secret language. And I just have to say, because we've met at an audition, you are the most beautiful star I've ever seen that looks even more beautiful in person, if you believe it or not. Because she is stunningly gorgeous. I'm just saying.
Mary Liz. This is a lot of makeup. It's not even my hair. Because I have cop hair. I have cop hair, and I can't do anything fun. So when I do press, I'm like, put in the hair. Let's get the jewels.
You look fabulous. Gorgeous. Congratulations, Vanessa. DBL Nation, be sure to catch Vanessa in NCIS Hawaii on CBS and Paramount Plus. New episodes are out on Monday. We'll be right back.
Bye. Thank you, guys.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Darling.
There's not a lot Gen Xers, Gen Zers, and Millennials have in common, but more than 85% of these generations use mobile payment apps, according to a 2020 NerdWallet survey. These apps work by linking to your bank account, credit card, or debit card. When you want to send money to someone, these apps like Zelle, Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal deduct money from your account and send it to the other person. Simple, right? But wherever there's convenience, there are also scammers. So we're going to show you 2 common scams and tell you how to protect yourself using these sources. The first is called the accidental payment scam. Here's how it works. First, a scammer uses a stolen account number to create a fake profile. Next, they use the dark web to buy a list of cell phone numbers. Then they send out dozens, sometimes hundreds of payments to those numbers, playing the odds that the owner also uses a payment app. Wait, they send you money? Yep. These scammers are literally banking on your kindness. That's because once the money is in your account, they send you a message saying the payment was an accident and ask you to send the money back to them. So, because you're a nice person, you do. Except the app takes the money from your bank account to pay the scammer. Usually around the same time the person whose account was stolen is reporting the fraud. This reverses the original payment from the scammer and may leave you responsible for the money you sent, just trying to be nice. So how can you protect yourself? The payment apps and Federal Trade Commission say don't refund money you received unexpectedly. Instead, contact the app company and let them sort it out. The other scam also relies on your kindness. It's called the fake emergency scam, where a scammer asks to borrow your phone for a fake emergency. Instead of calling for help, they help themselves to your mobile money by using the apps on your phone to send themselves some cash. Our sources recommend utilizing security features on the app that require a password or other authentication before sending any money. This allows you to still help someone in need while also protecting against scammers. We featured even more mobile payment scams on our website. Just go to verifythis.com and search payment scams. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Why are less people buying convertibles? Let's connect the dots. Sales of traditional drop tops and roadsters have plummeted in the U.S. to less than 100,000 vehicles annually. That's down from over 300,000 back in 2006. A century ago, nearly all cars were open-aired or convertibles, and a hardtop was a premium option. Now it's the opposite, with convertibles costing more for consumers. Practicality, durability, and rising costs are also leading to that decline, as companies add panoramic sunroofs and glass tops. While most car buyers are turning away from the convertibles, industry leaders say there's still a lot of demand when it comes to rental car fleets. But you won't see them disappear completely, as Ford, Tesla, and Polestar all plan to introduce electric convertibles or roadsters in the coming years. And that is Connecting the Dots.
Are you skeptical of headlines and what you see on social media? We are too. The Verify newsletter answers your questions, clarifies what's true and false, and even includes a daily fun fact. Go to verifythis.com/email to check it out.
Welcome back. And it was like he had an iconic voice heard in a galaxy far, far away. Of course, we're talking about Darth Vader, and who could forget this epic line? Watch.
Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough.
He told me you killed him. No. I am your father.
Well, it's the end of an era, kinda. The voice of Vader, who is played, of course, by 91-year-old James Earl Jones, has signed over the rights for an artificial intelligence company to use his old voice recordings in future projects. So no one else is going to be the voice. It's still going to be him, but it's going to be AI playing him
forever. I mean, it's like that Black Mirror episode. It's called Be Right Back, and it was about the young father that passed away. But because technology had advanced, they could take his emails and his voicemails and create his voice, so he could just interact with his kids, but ended up being super creepy, just like this might be.
And all truth being told, I'm still in Breckenridge drinking beers. This is AI, Jeff.
Yes.
We'll see you tomorrow.